This is just going to be a short video on how to properly lubricate and maintain old fans. Okay, well, both of these fans here have a very similar oscillator. Very similar features despite a big difference in age. So, first step is to check the oscillator. Now all you need to do is you loosen up the two screws. It's very difficult to do while holding a camera. There we go. You just loosen up these two screws here on the side of the oscillator, like so. And now you unscrew the thumb nut here, and that allows you to access the gear case. If your fan does not have an oil cup, like you see underneath the front bearing of this fan, or there is one in the front bearing of this fan, if you don't have a oil hole on top of the oscillator like that, when you have the oscillator open, you just take your handy dandy oiler like this, and you just give this shaft right here a couple small drops of oil, nothing major. You check to make sure your grease is good. This grease here is new. This is John Deere multi-purpose grease. It's a all-purpose grease. It works very well in the oscillators of old fans, I find. It works very well. Now you can thread this back on lightly. You put the screws back in. You don't have to get them real tight, just snug. I mean, a lot of these oscillators are made out of fragile metals. This one's cast iron, so it's not so bad. But you don't want to break them or anything, so you just lightly screw them in. All they have to do is hold the cover shut. That's all they have to do. They're not any stretch points or anything. Now on the front of the fan, you'll see this cup here hanging down. And all you have to do is unscrew it. I'm not going to do it right now because it'll make a mess. Mine's full at the moment. But all you have to do is unscrew it, and on the inside of that oil cup, you'll find a wick that's held in place by a spring that gets pressed up into the bearing. You take that bearing oil reservoir out, and you dump the oil out of it after each season. Usually, because the oil actually gets dirty, it gets recycled. It goes through the bearing, and then it comes back down through the ends of the bearing, through the drain, back into the oil cup. So it's very much like the oil system on a vehicle, and it gets dirty. And the wick in the middle acts like a filter, and it also brings the oil back up into the bearing. So it gets dirty. So it's good to take the bearing oil wick out of the cup, and you can put it in like a bathroom cup, and you just shoot it with a little WD-40, let it sit for a little while, 15 minutes or so. Let it soak in the WD-40, then you roll it around and make sure it's nice and pliable still. You get all the crap out of it, you roll on a paper towel, and that's about all you gotta do. You put it back in, you fill the oil cup full, 3/4 of the way full, with the... Sorry about that getting cut off right there, but what I was saying is you fill the oil cup there 3/4 of the way full with that spring-loaded oil wick in there with just fresh non-detergent 20 weight oil, and then you screw it back on there. You make sure that that spring-loaded oil wick gets back up there in the bearing like it should, and you should be ready to go for the rest of the season. Now for those of you who don't know how to work an old GE oscillator, first what you do is you turn the fan on. Here it goes. And then you just, there's actually an arrow on here, you screw it in the direction of the arrow, and away it goes. So until next time.